It's a museum day. I'm Professor Voqas, and this is Harry Potter, Wizards Unite. As you saw from the intro, I am at the North Carolina Museum of Art for a day of Wizards Unite. One thing I haven't done yet, I haven't been close enough to the inns, but in Pokemon Go, all these stops here are actually closed down. Since the pandemic started, they've closed the stops down because I don't think they wanted people congregating here. But right now I see the inns, and when we hit one, we're gonna see if it works. Now this greenhouse right here is working, but it's kind of right at the edge here, so a lot of times, oh, my energy capacity is full, but I did get some scurvy grass. But this one actually, in Pokemon Go, some of the outer ones are actually working, and it's only the inner ones that aren't. Hey, the Brilliant event's ending soon. So I am curious to see if they will work. Regardless if they work or not, there's a lot of spawns here. I've already seen that when I parked and walked over here. So spawns are working. I just didn't go by any inns yet. But enough talking. Let's go start playing. First stop of the day, I am near an inn. We're gonna just click on it and see if it is actually working. There you go. I don't need the energy, so I'm actually just gonna back right out because I'm gonna catch a couple things around here. Ooh, walk 0.25, which I do have my trace charms fully charged already, so that'll actually let me do it twice, hopefully, while I'm here. So now that I know the inns and greenhouses are working inside here, it means it'll be a much easier time as I scroll around. You can kind of see there are enough inns to keep me energized throughout this, and now it will replenish. And also, the fact that energy still spawns on the ground obviously helps a lot. So let's get walking around, look at some of this artwork, and return some foundables. As you saw just a second ago, I was catching a whole bunch of Whomping Willows. That was from a trace charm, and kind of yet again, the trace charm did something sort of new, I guess, is that I definitely hit the original, which was a Whomping Willow. It produced 4 more Whomping Willows, which I should only get 3. And I returned one of those Whomping Willows, and it was definitely one of the 4 spawns, not the original. So I returned that, and then when I came back to the screen, there was another Whomping Willow in the spot of the one I had just gone. Not a clone of the original, I guess, unless it cloned over there. So in the end, I ended up getting 6 Whomping Willows. 2 of them departed on me, but I had 6 shots at Whomping Willows from 1 trace charm, and I'm really only supposed to get 3 extra, so that was a bit odd. Look at this, I moved to a new area. There's a bunch of spawns here. Definitely good spawn right here. I do have a trace on, but still. And then the other thing, and I talked about this, I think yesterday or the day before in a video. Let's go to the registry. In the pumpkin patch, I had talked about the Monster Book of Monsters that would be featured later this month, being something I was looking forward to because that was the last thing I needed to get this pumpkin patch page to gold. Well, because of Aguamente, they keep spawning, so I did just hit my 30th, did not record it, sorry about that. But let's go ahead and place that image, and then we're gonna prestige this page to gold. All right, let's get out of that screen, and there's the symbol I wanna see. Yes, I would like to prestige. Congratulations, you have prestige this page. So pumpkin patches to gold, Forbidden Forest still on bronze, and I'm still on bronze for Hagrid's Hut as well. So this particular page I seem to have done better on. All right, let's keep going. I've used up all 3 of my charms, so let's go to the dailies and let's just collect everything, including the 0.25, and replenish, and then we're gonna try something out. Ooh, nice, 20 energy. That'll put me over the limit a little bit though. There we go, collect 0.25, get all my charms back. All right, so up till now, every time I've used the trace charm, I've just always used it on emergency level foundables. And gotten more emergency level foundables. Sometimes the same thing, sometimes something different. So I wanted to try it on something different. So even though it's kind of a complete waste, but I do want to see it, as I have an event foundable over there, I want to put it on that event foundable, and let's see what comes up. One of the brilliant ones, that is. So there we go. And let's see what it spawned for me. I don't think it was anything exciting. Was it more event foundables at least? Nope. There you go. The decoy detonators. So I got 3 spawns of decoy detonators from the Brilliant Foundable from the event. So I would recommend not putting it on an event foundable because it's not even giving me more event foundables. It just gave me decoy detonators. Now you see, okay, that's crazy because there was definitely 3. I clicked on 1 and now there's still 3. So it gave me a 4th. Again, I'm only supposed to get 3. It gave me 4. Oh, nice. Okay, so I've been wanting to get that on camera. Did you see that it started to, I wasn't even planning on recording during that. I just was keeping it going so I could talk after. You saw it started to depart and then it came back and then it said the faux departure rate was down. So that's what it looks like. If you haven't seen it yet, when you have a departure denial, it looks like you just saw. Okay, so now that those are out of the way, let's go ahead and hit the original. See what it is first. I didn't even look. Oh, look at that. It's a buckbeak. And I'm curious, so will I at least get a buckbeak? Will it do the cloning of the original trick that it sometimes does? Because then at least I'd get 2 Brilliant Foundables, which I still don't think that doesn't make the trace charm worth it, but look at that. It appeared right where it was, and there it is. It's another buckbeak. All right, so it still gave me 4 traces. It gave me 3, I caught 1, and then it replenished it immediately of the copy, and then it gave me a clone of buckbeak. So it's still definitely behaving oddly. I don't think this is the way it was intended, but is what it is. And my Barufios and my tonic has actually worn off, so I'm gonna reapply those, and we're gonna move on with some more grinding. Stopped in some shade to take a little bit of rest, and let's go look. I want to show you, this just happened 2 seconds ago. All my port keys are ready to go. So that's 10 of the event, the Brilliant event port keys. So let's open up all 10 of them. I will have to place an image halfway through. I probably won't show that, but let's go ahead and open up those 10 port keys. I have a Barufio still on, so we'll get a little extra experience from it, and then we'll place the last image of the fireseed bush. Finished up those port keys. Didn't get too much really. Got obviously the fireseed bush ×2. 5 fragments and 5 fragments. Got a ton of family experience, so a whole bunch of rune stones and family experience for the Brilliant event. And actually a whole bunch of ingredients, so that wasn't bad. Leaping Toadstool was in there for Barufios, fantastic. But I don't know if you saw right after I finished, I should say, there was immediately a fox when I backed out. So I got that fox, and actually let's go to the registry because it was actually my 10th fox. So my fox is ready to be placed. Ooh, how many ministry manuals do I get for that? Oh, nice. That was 12 ministry manuals. I knew it was a lot, so sweet. And a rank up, which just gets me a runestone and some scrolls and experience, but awesome. So yeah, the fox was actually more worth it than all those runestones. Or not runestones, but port keys. So my new strategy now for picking up port keys, now that I've done 10 of the event ones, is I'm gonna avoid the event ones altogether. I'm just picking up regular ones, which is like a minefield, actually. Let's back out, let me show you. because they're trying to give them to you. Oh, of course, none pop up now. But they are trying to give me, there was like 5 on the screen, and I'm trying to avoid them as much as I can because I just don't need them for the fragments, and they just don't give me as much as a regular port key would give me for experience or possibilities of other things that I would rather have in the registry. So anyway, you can see stuff still spawning. Tonic and Brufio did wear off just a little while ago, so I'm going to reapply those, and we're just going to keep going. Just caught that Harry Potter a second ago, the Quidditch Harry Potter, and it was my 3rd one, which means if we go to the registry, I can actually place that image. I'm trying to move to a little bit shadier spot. Ooh, this is a cool spot. Before we place it, I just want you to see, there's a sculpture behind me. There it is. But much cooler is this whole water area. Very cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and, oh my gosh, there was a rank up. There's a couple rank ups, I think. All right, so down here at Triwizard Maze, it's the Quidditch Captain Harry Potter. So I'm gonna place that image. Ministry manuals, fantastic. My battery is getting low. This episode is coming to a close. Back at my car, and you may have noticed throughout the whole day I was outside. Although it's at the museum, the indoor portion of course is closed, so I was just walking around the outdoor sculptures and that type of thing. And right at the end there, I was actually around the museum itself, which has some of those water fixtures, and you know how much I love water fixtures. Anyway, I do have one last thing to do before we end this episode, which I did get a Cedric Diggory. I think I got that recorded, so I think you may have just seen it a second ago. Oh, there's a rank up from Legend to Hogwarts. So over in Magical Games and Sports, I just got Harry a little bit ago, and then down here on Hogwarts Quidditch Pitch 2, I got Cedric Diggory, and you can see he's not green starred on this page. He'll be my first green star on this page. It's because of Aguamente. Yes, look at those ministry manuals, 12 of them, love it. The fact that Aguamente foundables have been more prevalent has definitely gotten me some that I don't normally get. That is going to do it for today's episode. It was a little bit hot out, but I was able to find shade. And if you've never been out to your local museum or a park you haven't been to, go check it out. Like, this is the first time I've done Harry Potter here. I'll definitely be back. The amount of foundables spawning, it was just more than I could actually catch. I had to force myself to move out of areas, even though there were still foundables around. I just forced myself to move for port keys and just to get to new areas. So all that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Knox.